we're up, Will, and you're on Band Chat.
Welcome back to Band Chat, guys. I got another banger for you today. I got Steven and Josh from Souls Worn Thin. Yeah. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Thank you so much for coming on. So sorry about the link issue from Facebook and, that crap, but I appreciate you guys being here. So for those people who are not familiar with you, can you tell everyone who you are, your band, and a little bit about your band?
Absolutely. Thanks for having us. I really appreciate it. I'm Steven, and we got Josh with us. Cody couldn't make it today. He had a family emergency, unfortunately, but we're Souls Worn Thin out of Olympia, Washington, and we have been together for, what are we at, Josh, about 4 years now?
Yeah.
And been playing all over the state, all over the region, trying to get out there and have a good time. And we really appreciate you having us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. It sounds like you guys started around the pandemic.
Yep.
Yeah, right when that kicked off, we were just kind of getting after it, and that was hard.
Yeah, same. That's exactly when we started, and actually we used it to our better, where, the venues were either shut down or they're like, you have to have a card to get in here, and we're like, no, we're not doing that. So, we got around it and threw a party in our backyard and live streamed it. We had two live bands in the back, and we've been on and cracking ever since.
I know we've had to do a few of those, and Josh has got a great basement. That's where our practice space is, but it's also a fun little speakeasy that he's put together, and we do a secret show every once in a while down there.
Yeah,
so look out for those.
You are currently sitting in my studio right now, which is the extension of the house. It used to be a garage, but it's been converted into a studio. But it sure as hell saves us on having to spend money on a studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That is not cheap.
No, I've seen prices of practice spaces, and no, we're not doing that. I've got stuff to spend money on, like microphones and other outfits and stuff like that.
Yeah, gear gets a little crazy sometimes, doesn't it? Like it's just so expensive. Then to get the stuff that you need to protect it, like road cases, is just as much as an amp.
Oh God, we're going through that. Like, I'm so glad you brought that up. That's an incredible subject. We are heading down to Hollywood, and from Hollywood to San Diego here in like 3 weeks. And I actually had to call Enar from Beautiful Skeletons and be like, "How did you guys get your equipment down there?" Because they flew. And they were explaining, like the cases and then like how to get the drums down there. And I'm like, you guys fly. I'm driving. I'll bring the equipment down. No. And trying to get that on an airplane.
No.
When you have, when the carry on is like $100 and then, how do you guys do it? How do you guys travel like that?
Well, the farthest we've gone is Vegas. And we did a show I forget the name of the place. Josh, do you remember? It was Backstage Bar and Billiards, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
My wife and I drove a van down there with the gear, and we flew the guys down there. It was just easier that way. I had some vacation time, thankfully, and was able to drive down there, over the course of a couple of days, and that was really fun. It wasn't just about the show. Obviously, it was about spending time together with the guys and all of our ladies, and we just had a good time down there and got to play a show. So it was kind of an adventure, I would definitely do that again. I want to take everybody to the Punk Rock Museum, and that was a blast. And we hid some of our CDs all over the place in the Punk Rock Museum. So if you go down there, you might find one.
That's awesome.
The bartender was pretty cool. She they have a whole sound system, music playing throughout the whole thing, and she played our music while we were there, like through the museum while we were walking around. I was like, that's just pretty cool.
No, that's rad. Are you kidding me?
So shout out to Paige if she ever sees this.
That's amazing. It's funny. I was at Winco last night. I get off a 50-hour work week, and we have like this much time to go grocery shopping. So we go grocery shopping, and I'm thumbing around in the magazines, and somebody put their demo CD in all of the like Rolling Stone magazine that has Ozzy Osbourne on it. And I knew it was studio because it said on the back that it's strategically placed for your entertainment enjoyment. And I'm thinking, how smart is that you put
Right.
your CD in like a magazine with Ozzy on it to get it seen? I thought that was kind of actually pretty smart. I didn't think of that. That's
I
really
wish I was smart enough to come up with more guerrilla marketing tactics. We've got the. Are you familiar with the Jeep duck thing?
Yes, yes. I did
Have you
not
seen
know
it?
what ducking was, and I thought someone had said something else. And yeah, I have actually ducked myself. I've got 2 ducks in. One of them was a heavy metal duck, and the other one was like a dominatrix duck.
We'll have to get you one of ours. My wife makes by hand hundreds of these ducks, and she turns them into little punk rock ducks, little mohawks, and everything on them. And they've got a card tied to them. Sorry, my phone's falling over.
That's okay.
That has a QR code to all of our like iTunes and Spotify. So if you get one of those on your Jeep, and you can scan the duck and go listen to our music and stuff. So it's a great marketing tactic for sure. Like we went to a Blink-182 show not too long ago. Sorry, my phone's falling over.
It's okay.
We went to a Blink-182 show up in Seattle. God, maybe it was a year ago. Time flies. But about a year ago, and it's in one of those coliseums, and there's thousands and thousands of people. And we started throwing those ducks in the crowd, and people were scanning. We got like thousands of streams that night. Just by
Are
people
you
checking that out.
serious?
So yeah, any way you can get your music out there is always good.
Okay, people, like you need to pay attention, because clearly some of our tactics are not working. You know what? I would actually hire her to create a line of ducks, like one for each member of my band that looks exactly like us. I would love that.
Yeah, she's really good. Shout out to Tara from Mercantor Images. She does our photography, all of our merch, all of that kind of stuff with the ducks. She, like I said, she sits here all night long and hand makes every single one of them, paints them, glues them together, does all that kind of stuff. She's really the backbone here. I wouldn't be able to do this without her. So shout out to Mercantor Images. If your band ever needs some photography or whatever, hit her up.
Yeah, actually, if you want to send me that link, I will link that in the description below. We actually need some merch, like really badly, so we can definitely talk about that. So, guys, why don't you tell everybody what you do in the band, and have you been with the band the whole time, or was it formed together and you guys have just stayed that way?
Josh, I'll go first. So, like, kind of a long story short, I was in the military for 21 years.
Thank you for your service.
It's not a brag or anything like that, but like I felt like I couldn't do certain things. I felt like that may or may not have been true, but I just didn't think I had the time. I really didn't have the time or the energy to do anything else, because you're talking 16-hour days every day for over 20 years. It's exhausting, and you're always gone. Can't really commit to anything. You move a lot. But when I was getting close to the end, I've always had a music room in my house, always plucking on an acoustic or something. And my wife's like, look, you need to go do an open mic or something, like just get out of here, go play in front of people. And so she really pushed me to do that and supported me in that. And as I started doing more of that, started getting, those 3-hour pub shows with just, playing forever on your acoustic by yourself, and started meeting local people, other musicians, and we started putting things together. And it was a lot of covers, but that's not really the direction I wanted to go. And I went to, I'm not sure what year it was, probably around 2019 or so. And there was a band, a local, they're pretty good. They're pretty big time now, but it's a Tacoma band called Noise.
Oh, yeah.
They were opening for a big show. I think it was a Punk in the Park kind of thing, or a Brew Fest or something like that in Tacoma, right next to the Tacoma Dome. And Rancid was there, and L7 was there, and Suicidal Tendencies. But when Noise was playing, I was looking at the singer. I'm like, this guy looks military. He just had the haircut, the stance.
You smell your own kind, bro.
Yeah, and as soon as they were done, he takes his bass off, and when he flips it over, he's got an Army Airborne sticker on the back. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
So I kind of stalked him a little bit and found out he's actually active duty military doing this. I'm like, holy crap, you could do this at this level? I just didn't think it was a thing, you know? So I was like,
I mean,
okay,
that's kind of a pinnacle moment when you recognize that and you're like, you know, thank you. That's a moment. Yeah.
And granted, we're nowhere near that level, of course, but you know, I saw that and was like, okay, some of these other songs that may be too much for an acoustic show. I mean, maybe I need to find some people to do this with. And you know, through a couple of iterations of folks that really supportive in the beginning, eventually met Josh, and the first time he came over, we're like, okay, yeah, this is something. And then we had an issue with the bass player came up, and I kind of knew Cody just a little bit. He actually replaced me in another band as the guitarist, and I didn't even know if he could play bass. But I was like, "Hey, man, can you play bass at all?"
We're about to find out.
And he came over to Josh's, and we just jammed for hours. And we're like, "Okay, I think we got something here." And it's been that ever since. And I would say that was probably late 19, early 2020. I'm not even really sure exactly, but I mean, within a couple of weeks, Cody had written or learned all the bass parts for an entire album, and we went straight to the studio and recorded our first album, Kill Your TV. And it's just we've been going ever since. There it is. Yeah.
It's in my car on my playlist. I got you guys. Like I love your band. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, so I stopped playing the drums actually I was in a band in like 2013. And then they broke up. We had a bunch of members in the band, and getting all the same people together at the same time just wasn't working, but we were doing great. We were touring, like, and this was my first band, and so I'm just like, oh, I'll just get in another band, like, but I guess it doesn't work out like that. I mean, I tried out for multiple bands, and they were just, you could tell they were just going to go nowhere, or they were terrible, you know, and so I kind of stopped playing the drums for like 6 or 7 years, and then I ended up going to open mic, meeting some people, you know, around town in Olympia, and then someone invited me to join their band. It was like a half cover, half original band. We only played like a couple shows together, but then the pandemic hit, and then they wanted me to wear masks to practice, and
Oh no.
I was like, I'm not going to wear, number one, a mask in my own house, and number two, have you ever tried to play the drums without a mask? It's fucking hard to breathe. I'm a big guy, you know. I just didn't see it happening, but they, without telling me, I guess, got a new drummer. So I kind of got fired from that job, I guess. And then I think it was a couple months later, I want to say my brother sent me like a Facebook message. I think maybe they had like a drummer wanted ad or something. Soulsworn Thin did. And I think they had a couple songs that were like, maybe there was no song. Maybe there was like one song or something on there that was recorded on a cell phone or something to say this is the type of music. And I was like, immediately fell in love with it. And then somebody else sent me a message and was like, hey, you need to try out for this band, you know? And I was like, and I want to say it was like 3 people that sent me that. And I was like, all right, I got to do this.
I mean, there's your sign. There's your message right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like the universe, and especially if these people aren't talking to one another, and all of a sudden, you know, you get this message.
100%.
It's kind of like the universe being like, okay, knock, knock, knock. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And so I tried out for the band, and I didn't really learn any of their songs because, like I said, years before that, you know, I tried out for so many bands, and it was such a waste of time to go try out for all of these bands, lugging my gear all over. So I just asked them, like, could we try out at my place, you know? And so they came over, and I don't think I invested any time into their songs or anything. I just wanted to, you know, make sure they could actually play, kind of thing, and make sure, you know, it was gonna be a good groove, or, you know, make sure they're not weirdos, and
Yeah,
then I just
trust me, that is so
Yeah.
hard. That is so hard. Oh my God. I'm happy that you said that. We've had some tryouts too, and we've definitely been through our set of weirdos, man. I don't know. I don't know where these people come from and why. They think that let me just tell you, I can completely relate. We've had to kick people actually out of our studio because we're like,
yeah. I mean,
who does that? Who acts like that? I mean, but people
I think after being in a band with 6+ members, I think there were 7 members in my first band. This is like you gotta jive before you can play music together. I think not if you want to last long. I think
right. I mean, the energy is everything. The energy is absolutely everything. You have to be able to feel those people, and you've got to be able to be in for instance, traveling. You got to be 22 hours in the same van with the same guys. So you just have to find your people, and that's like a laundry list of you could do that for days before you find the person that So to be able to find a band that you do vibe with, and that the energy is right, and your chemistry, I mean that's gold, and not easy to do.
Yeah, it's not. And after playing with them, I was like, "Oh, this is fucking cool." And then I just I never heard back from them. And so I think a couple weeks went by, and I kept seeing they're still posting like their drummer wanted ads, and so I was like, well, I guess I didn't make it. And so I just wrote their bass player and was like, hey man, is there something I did that just for maybe a future band that I try out for, like that you guys didn't like, or just like what's up? And then I don't remember what happened after that, but we played again over at the other bass player's house, and because he was like, I mean, we'd have to play at my house. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't mind going, somewhere else to practice. I just to set up for an audition. I don't know. It was probably pretty naive of me thinking about it, but I just didn't want to put in the effort, I guess, to try out. And
yeah, because it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I mean,
if
really
if you've ever been to one of my shows, that's the least thing that I like about playing the drums is having to break them down and set them up. I fucking hate it. I'm just
as our drummer. Like if we can backline, we're backlining because.
See,
I mean, you can't see it. It's right behind me, but he's got set for days, and it's like all these intricate little. Like one time, I had to go set up a different drummer of ours. I had to go set. We played up in Tacoma, and I think it's at like the Rainier, where the Rainier Brewing Company is, and he was going to be late, and when we mean late, we're like rolling in right as we're getting on stage. So it was up to me to set up his set, and I'm standing there with like all these pieces, like, fuck this, dude. Like, I'm going to put some pots and pans out, and you're going to be damn lucky if I can figure out how to put a cymbal together. Like, it wasn't cool. So I from another person's perspective, I don't want your damn job. Like, I do not want your damn job.
Well, I don't want it enough that I won't even play. I mean, I think I'm more. I don't know if I'm bougie or like.
No, that's bougie, but it's okay. Yeah, you're justified.
I pay somebody, one of my good friends. I pay him to set my drums up for me, and so
that's smart.
He goes with us to every show. He sets them up and breaks them down, and he puts a lot of work in. And he's been doing this for however long we've been together. And
God bless drum techs. God bless.
I think he missed a show for some reason, and I was like, oh, I don't even know how to set these up. And it was like the worst venue too. It was like I couldn't preset them up, so it's like these guys are ready to go, and I'm just like, bro, I think all this shit's upside down.
Right? No, I get that. We've been to a few venues where they're like, you got to be, have your stuff already set up off the stage, and we're, scrambling to get that done. So, I mean, God bless techs. Thank you.
Yeah.
For your service to our country. Seriously.
It's really the only thing that makes it worth it to me, because playing shows, you're going to play a lot of shows that are just to not a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so you don't get it's kind of the fans and the crowd that feed the need in me, because I'm more, I don't like to say that I'm a musician. I'm more of like a showman. So is how I would classify myself. And so I just come in, and that's why I like punk rock, is because, man, you don't have to sound good. You just fucking hit shit as hard as you can, man, and go.
Yeah.
So,
I feel that. But I mean, I would like to kind of iterate on the fact that you took the initiative to contact the band and be like, hey, was there something about me that, you didn't like, and what can I do moving forward for another audition? I have never heard anybody actually ever do that, and I think it's really smart because it does give you some constructive criticism. It's not really criticism, it's feedback. And, that's not an easy thing to ask for, but it also, and it's not always easy to accept somebody's opinion of that. But by you asking, what if they had said something that really resonated with you, and you did move forward and, landed a huge band because of it? I mean, I think sometimes it's really, really, the ask is hard for us. Our feelings get involved, especially in our music. And it's really hard to feel that rejection, you know what I mean? And for you to be able to move forward that way, I think is really pretty admirable, dude.
yeah, and I think the biggest thing, it wasn't hard for me to reach out because I believe in what little I saw right from the beginning. I was like, this band is going somewhere. Not only all of my other bands, I played music that, I don't know. Not that I wasn't into it. Blink-182 is like my favorite band, so it was kind of not exactly the same genre, but it was at least stuff that maybe I would listen to. Whereas to all the other bands was maybe stuff that it's stuff that I played that I didn't listen. It was more like casino gigs and stuff. It's
I have to believe in the shit I'm
stuff.
doing. I couldn't play for a band that just because we vibed. Like, I really gotta like the music, and it's gotta be something I put in my, in my playlist and would listen to. And that is, you guys, we have hit the stage a few times together, and I've always enjoyed hanging out with you guys. You guys are amazing. And before we go talking about this, you guys actually, I voted my ass off for you. I mean, my entire ass off for you in the Washington State Independent Music Awards, and you guys won, didn't you?
We did, yeah. So did you guys. You guys brought home a lot of awards that night.
We brought home 4. We were nominated for 7, and Josh Kane took the rest, which I was like, okay, now I know what I'm striving for. And then, Josh is a very cool dude, and we had a good laugh about it, because one of them that I won, when I went up there, I'm like, I can't believe you didn't give this to Josh Kane.
He's so handsome.
that hair, dude. So he wanted to turn into like a do one of those AI things where he turned into a anime character. So I sent him as an anime character, and it's really funny because I just created it out of a picture, and the AI actually made the character flip his hair back, and I thought it was hilarious. I laughed so hard. So tell me all about your award, guys.
Yeah, I think that was our second year in a row, wasn't it, Josh?
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of surprised I know I was, at least, surprised at the support. I didn't expect that. I didn't think we were, going to win or anything. Like, Kevin Enlow, he had asked us to play the first year, and that was it. Like, I didn't even really think about it. And then we got an award. I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then, we obviously used it as an excuse to dress up this year. And
you were looking out for Denver over there, you guys. Very nice. Very nice.
I mean, it's kind of a cool thing that Kevin put together, and the whole team, not just Kevin, the whole team, but thanks Kevin and Mo and all the team. It's just a really cool thing that they did, that they're doing. And so we're like, yeah, let's go do this. And we won it again. We're like, so I can't wait to see the next punk band from this area come out and get theirs next year.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, we went, and I'm outside, like, pacing in this pink, I can't even believe they got me to wear it, but a pink, like, formal gown. I'm out there pacing, being like, Jesus, man, I can't take this. It's months of sitting, waiting to see. And I was like, if we don't bring anything home, I'm just going to totally just go home and cry. I'm going to get drunk and we're going to cry. All of us. That's what we're going to do. And, to get up there 4 times, I was speechless. I had no idea so many people knew who we were. I'm so really mind blown, at the support, at the level of support over, everything that Kevin did and what he was going through at the time, and was still able to pull all that off. It really still to this day, it still puts me in awe that, and then watching you guys get up there, you probably heard me scream, and I was like, fuck yeah! And then I didn't know what to say. I hadn't prepared anything because I'll be damned if I thought, and that's just my mental, but I didn't think we were going to pull any of that off. And
yeah, same.
4 times? Shit.
I didn't know what to say. I just, had my whiskey and I was good to go. I was like, this is a good time. We're like, wait a minute. We got to go up on the stage.
Yeah. And then, standing up there and hearing all those people scream for you, and I've never met most of them. That really, I couldn't, I was tearing up. My God, y'all probably saw that. I was like,
But it's really cool to be in the room with people that I've seen at shows that I didn't really get to talk to or didn't really know, or people that I've seen. I keep losing my phone. People that I've seen on the internet or whatever, and doing their videos and their YouTubes and whatnot, or have heard their music on Spotify. I'm like, oh wow, this is them. So it was cool to shake hands and see everybody, and it's just a great event.
Yeah, I mean, that really went to go show the power of the music community in Washington State. I know it's not like that everywhere, and I know it's not like that all the time. And it really made me go, wow, man, that's unity, Yeah. And it was crazy to watch so many different genres, so many different entities come together, and to see, like, all of the things that they're doing for, like, kids, and, the future of the music industry. I just thought, wow, man, the whole thing was just, it filled my heart, man. It really did. I don't know if we're gonna go next year. I don't know what the future holds for us right now, but I will still go, and I told Kevin that even if I don't qualify, coming toward the end of this year, that I would still like to be a presenter. I would still like to be a part of that, no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, guys, we got about 10 minutes left, and so I kind of want to talk a little bit about Kill Your TV.
Sure.
If you don't have the CD, you need to get the CD.
Sorry, I've got a guest host. 1 second.
That's okay. We've had several of those in the past. Hi!
Baby is here with us today. She just woke up from her nap. Hello.
Hi! She's a
waiting.
rock star. So tell me all about Kill Your TV.
We recorded that, right away, right, Josh? Like, as soon as Cody got with us, I think it was around June of...
The next week.
Yeah, like 2021, like within a week or so. And, Cody's writing bass parts in the studio. We went to Magic Mix Studios up in Renton. Great couple, husband and wife team up there, Darren and Shauna. They're just amazing. And they have a beautiful studio inside their giant ass house. And they make you feel very welcome. That's why we keep going up there. But yeah, I would say
it's the same as our studio. We go to Miller Hill, and it's a big ass house, and the whole downstairs has been converted into this just a gorgeous studio. I mean, my good God. And it makes it so that when you go in, you're feeling really bougie, and you're like, you sit down in a separate listening room. It's like, theater style with these huge, monitors and TVs and stuff. And I'm like, dude, and we're just kicking back, drinking, really expensive vodka. I'm like, this is life, bro. Like this how you do it. You know?
Yeah, you get that rock star, feeling when you go up to these places,
Yeah.
but they're really good people, and I think we did that one in less than 2 full days. Both of our albums has been less than 2 full days. Just knock it out because we practice so much. We know the songs. Maybe we play them a little bit differently live because we've created better parts or more intricate pieces or whatever. So it may sound a little bit different than the record now, but I think that's normal for most bands.
Yeah, it is for us for sure.
Then we went back up there and did Treason, our second album. I don't know if you have that one. We'll have to get you one if you don't have it.
I do not have that one, and I don't even remember where we got this one, to be honest. I know that we've had it for a minute, because not only is it in the car, but it's also on our playlist here in the studio. So,
Nice.
if you have another one, I would love to know about that.
Yeah, we'll definitely get you a copy of that one, and it's
Thank
all
you.
over the place too, like all the streaming stuff, and then we went back up there recently this spring, and we recorded 4 more songs. We're probably going to trickle those out as singles over the next year or so, and while those are trickling out, we'll hopefully write some more and fill out a whole album's worth and get that put together. But we've got some, it's evolved from Kill Your TV. I don't know if I want to put too much stock in it, but like, I think, Josh, don't let me speak for you, but I feel like you've got a pretty strong hip hop background, as all your other musical influences as well. But he's got a different style than most, say, per se, punk rock drummers per se. Cody's got a very solid punk rock background, like straight from the streets. He's an old hardcore dude. And while I listened to all of that, I had a bit of more of a grunge background, like the Nirvana and the Alice in Chains. I really like that kind of stuff.
You guys are really in that area to be influenced by that.
You kind of mush all that together. So there's some heavier songs on Kill Your TV, and I think all of our albums are going to probably always do that. Have this like straightforward 3-chord punk rock song, and the next one's going to be like a heavy drop D something or another.
He's got drop D. Hey Ronnie, drop D. Sorry, it's an inside joke. It's an inside joke. We have this thing when I had another singer, Ronnie, because the guys would talk, and her and I are singers, and we had no idea what the fuck they were saying. We're like, what? God, okay, are you guys done talking? Because it's just guitar battle, right? And every time they said drop D so fucking much that we developed a drinking game out of it, that anytime anybody says drop D, we're like, fuck, gotta drink,
God damn it.
we spent many a drunken nights, let me tell you something. So, I would love to bring you guys back on when you guys drop your new album. I would absolutely love that. So before we go today, I want to tell everybody where they can find your music and what shows you may have coming up that we can go check you out.
I got notes. Yes. I don't know if this would be out in time, but September 27th at Georgie's Garage and Grill in Vancouver.
Okay. Really?
That's Brenda Tipton's birthday party, but it's also we're going to have 3 bands there. And
ironically, I'm going to be up in Tacoma doing the national karaoke judging. So
there you go.
I'm sorry to miss that show. Yeah.
That's going to be a good one. Well, we have another chance because for some reason we ended up back there on November 1st.
Oh, nice.
And as far as I know, these are all 8 shows.
Yes.
So that's cool. You bring the youth in, get them interested in the music.
And the food to die for, people. The bartender's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely recommend going to that show.
And good on them because they did have a fire recently, but they've seemed to recover from it and did all the things that they needed to do to get back open. They just came back open this weekend, so it sounds like they're doing pretty well. Then November 15th at McFiler's in Chehalis. Unfortunately, I don't think it's the theater one. I want to get in that theater down there someday, but it's just the actual bar. They're supposed to have that theater up and going soon, though, and I think it's going to be under the same banner as McFiler's Theater, and I don't know how exactly they're going to do it, but anyways, and then November 22nd in McCoy's in Olympia. That's our current list of shows. We messed up and we didn't get anything booked for Halloween yet, so just in case there's anything local for Halloween, we might be interested if it could work out.
We were supposed to play on Halloween, but we wound up canceling because of the fire at Georgie's. We weren't sure if they were going to be open.
Yeah.
And two, unfortunately, we have got a lot of things going on in the background that we really can't talk about. And we weren't sure if we were actually going to be in town. So we apologize to Brenda and Scott. I know it's Scott's birthday. I am going to go and show up down there out of support for him. It's his birthday. But it's something that we had to do on the off chance that everything works out.
No, I get that. Life gets in the way a lot of music, but you got to put that first. Your family and obviously work is pretty important. You can't do any of this without them.
It's true, and there's the music industry takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. It takes the majority of my time. I might sleep 2-3 hours a night, thanks to my job and the band. And it was really difficult. It was a difficult decision to have to decide not to do this on an off chance. Sometimes you have to take risks in things that you would normally not. I have really never canceled but 2 shows in my whole career. And this time around, though, it's something that I had to decide whether to play a local show or maybe a future at my dreams. And so there's, same difference, but 2 different ways of thinking. And sometimes you have to put, your risks and dreams on the forefront and believe in them enough to know the difference. You know what I mean? So guys, we got just a few minutes left. Give me something positive that what would you tell a person wanting to be in a band? What would you do to help them get started in their dreams?
Oh God. I mean, aside from, all the typical advice you'll probably get, like go out to local shows, go talk to other musicians, take the risk, like you said earlier, go for it. Don't worry about stage fright. Don't worry about that stuff. Just go do it, and you'll get used to that. But also, the world's kind of crazy right now. Take a breath, write your songs, learn your craft, and go do the damn thing.
Love that. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate it. I reserve the right to bring you back. I will definitely put all of your links in the description as well as your concert dates. And I want to thank you guys, first of all, for your service and for your integrity, sir. I have really enjoyed sitting down with you. I've enjoyed sharing a stage, and you guys earned that award hands down. There was, for me, there was just no other choice. But I want to thank you again for being here, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you back out on a stage soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. You guys have a good day.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Souls Worn Thin, ladies and gentlemen. What a great time. These are such amazing people, and their music is even better. I'm going to put all of their links in the description below, so go check that out. Don't forget that we are simulcast on Metal Cross Radio at the same time, so if you can't catch us, go and listen in. Next week, guys, we've got a whole brand new ball game. We're going to be sitting down with Jay Scully from White Trash Romeo. You guys aren't going to want to miss this. And since you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, go over and check out Metal Cross Radio. Give them some support too. In the meantime, I want you guys to keep your horns high. Turn that shit up, and I will see you next week. Good night.